January 31st, 2004. Jesus.
I come back to your world in triumph, dear brothers. I come back to your world as King. What will be the reward for my faithful servants? Think for a moment in earthly terms. Consider that a king travels away from his kingdom, and during his absence, many servants become unfaithful. They flaunt their disobedience, and generally make a mockery of the perfect order the king has designed for the harmony of his kingdom. This results in great pain and disorder, and threatens the unity of the kingdom. Because of the disarray, the kingdom is no longer fit to defend against its enemies, who gradually and with great glee take over the kingdom and impose their own order, which is against everything this wise and benevolent king had worked to create for his subjects. Now imagine that this enemy was neither strong nor wise. The enemy was disorganized and had small numbers in comparison. The advantage that the enemy utilized was that most of the king's subjects had become lazy and groggy during the absence of their king. So it was with relative ease that the enemy infiltrated and overcame. But not all of the good king's subjects were asleep. There were many who remained alert, and appalled by the disorder, sought to warn their fellow subjects. These faithful ones warned that the king would return, and because he was a just king, he would punish the weak ones who made decisions against the kingdom. Some listened, some did not. Either way, the faithful ones persevered and refused to be drawn into the dark celebrations of the infiltrators. They were often ridiculed for their adherence to the laws of the good king. They found that often they suffered in other ways. Many lost material advantages. Some lost family relationships because of their faith. And some dear subjects gave their lives in defense of the king. Now imagine that this good king has been consistently apprised of this state of affairs. When his journey is complete, he hastens to return to his people. Imagine his feelings upon consideration that this beautiful and harmonious kingdom he created for his people has been turned into a lawless and ugly place, where his faithful servants are persecuted. I am that king. The only difference is that I have infinite power, infinite wisdom, and I read each soul with a glance. I am returning. My dear fellow priests, you are those loyal and faithful subjects who maintained the faith for me during the time of the great disobedience. Try to imagine for a moment how I will repay your faithfulness. You decided for me in a time when few do. You remain in my service when many have drifted off to join the din of the enemy's celebrations. You, despite the constant lure of the world, persevere to serve those loyal souls who also persevere. My heart aches with love for every soul created by my Father. This is a great truth. But I will have a divine gratitude for those who have served me during this time of darkness. You are many, but in relation to the world, you are few. You are chosen, and I will use you. I use you now. I begin to reveal your role in the process of my return. Be open to this personal directing and understand that no human living on earth can even imagine the reward I will levy upon those servants who defended the King in his absence.